Okay, so just a heads up, this video is going to be fairly long, because you might be able to see from the playtime there, it's at 100 minutes. Yeah, that's just from this. Go ahead and play this on more than one time speed. Yeah, it's fine, don't worry about it. Just go ahead and do it. Greetings, it is I, Shepherd Chong. And yes, they have released a demo for Endless Legend 2, which I have been very excited for. I downloaded this yesterday. I opened it up this morning and decided there was actually an update for the demo, which is interesting, to say the least. Um, I really liked Endless Legend 1. I think I should have put out a video where I was just messing around with settings, and maybe something about how I showed off the fact that, yeah, I've played a good bit of Endless Legend. I'm really excited for Endless Legend 2. I'm not entirely sure what to expect. I just know that they sort of like reskinned the old factions or something. I have no idea just what degree the demo is going to give me. Like normal game, experience there. Is that going to be a full game? Most likely not. There was sort of an opening to the demo where I've talked from someone in the studio talking about what the demo would be, that it would be a limited, but I'm not entirely sure what that's going to be. Like, is it going to cut off at like 30 turns or something? I don't know. Presumably it is going to at least show off the primary game mechanics, like the Tidefall, which, from what I understand, is meant to be a way that makes the map bigger by making the oceans recede or something along those lines, which is a very interesting concept for a 4X game. But I don't know, let's try out the tutorial, see what's going on. This video is going to be just the tutorial. We'll do one for normal game. But yeah, let's see. Alright, let's see here. New game, Kin of Sheridan. We have a tool design. Okay. Taking control of high ground, defending your command posts are the keys to victory battle. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Loading. Also, don't know if your normal game setting is even going to give you an option to have different factions. You might be locked to a single... Oh. My computer's not very powerful. Let's see. I am recording this on my laptop, by the way. I don't think my PC could handle it. My PC's too old. Let's see. Okay. Cool. Oh. Was that just pop in, or was that something that was supposed to happen? I wonder. Something disappeared in the corner. Nice. Cool. I appreciate them having the sound come after. That is how something would have worked with an actual meteor strike. Okay, let's see. Presumably the pop-out that just occurred in the corner there was something that was supposed to happen. Presumably that is the equivalent of the Fog of War. Let's see now. New home. Kidashare interfaction members who remember their origins among the stars! Cool. Weakness storms have racked their island, however, leaving them scattered and impoverished. It is time to come together and rebuild! Let's see. Presumably this is like a skip. Yep. Skip dialogue until objective is given. I appreciate that popping up. Nothing new there. Quest requires your attention. Shortcut num enter. Okay, that's interesting. Hero circle. Include heroes or manage your heroes. Okay. Research. Include a technology screen. Okay. Diplomacy. Okay. Okay, so that's a little bit different from Endless Legend. Yields. Oh, neat. Okay. Show high tile yield. Grid. Show high hexagon grid on the world map. If I click this, what will happen? Nothing? Nothing yet, at least. Okay, we'll do that in a bit, then. Let's see. New home. Adrada! I bring news to kin. Simshal has died of his wounds after the storm and the quake. Okay, so we get little story sections. That's cool. Well, that's gonna be in the game. General. Okay, leader. Adrada. Okay, this is a character speaking. This is a character being addressed. This is highlighted. So let's see. And that is highlighted to indicate that this is the character speaking. Okay. That is how it works. So, activity at my age, well, I scored and I stand by it. Okay. Feel like Starfall's message like it's angry at us. Treat plan manager and full mysteries, but that's tomorrow's problem. Today we need shelter and supplies. Okay. Survivor I need. Objective and rewards. Found your capital city. Interesting. Okay. We started. You need to build your empire while facing some other rival empires. Start by finding a nice place to found your capital city. Exploring the surrounding area with your army. Left click on your army to take control of it. Okay, +2. Can I make this disappear? Because there is a tooltip behind that I cannot see at the moment. Let's see here. Regular terrain. It's showing me the terrain type I'm on. That's cool. Regular terrain. Ripe berries into omelet. Cool. Cool. That's very useful. Let's see here. Strength of our zeal. Strength of our zeal represents the progress made in unlocking your most powerful assets and powers. Interesting. To increase strength of our zeal, increase the fortification in your capital by building military districts and improvements. All unlocked powers can only be performed within your empire's territories or around an army containing a chosen unit. Current value 0. Okay, cannot be done. This action is locked. Signal. New home. That's the name of the quest. Found capital city. Let's see. Unique empires can be unlocked. Interesting. Does that mean that factions don't have access to their special faction stuff until you complete objectives? Well, I suppose we'll find out, but let's see now. Victory. Victory for progress. Okay. Quest journal. Okay, that's good. All cities and camps. Manage cities and camps. Camps, camps is a different thing. One world task going to be protectorates. Assign and manage your minor faction protectorates. Okay. There, more things have appeared over here. Reminders. Okay, that's still hero circle. Still research. Still diplomacy. Next army. City or camp. Let's see what the finish moves. Complete and actions. What's this one? Nothing's popping up. There's my dust, which is interesting that it is once again dust. Again, dust was a specific theme from first game as your money. Interesting that it's here as well. I haven't made Endless Space. I don't know if it's in Endless Space. Influence still there. Game menu. Luxuries. Nice. Unknown. Presumably those are going to be the... Let's see. Left click on army to gain control of it. Okay, that has made it disappear. The tooltip that was behind it is no longer there. No. Presumably, once we're out of the tutorial, I'll actually be able to see what that tooltip was. Anyway. This is your army panel. Your army currently contains 2 units. 2. I can't tell what the symbols next to it are. My eyesight isn't good enough. There's a green health bar. Well, I just assumed that was a health bar. The most important unit here, a legionary, visually made up of several pawns. Okay. 124 combat strength, presumably. Legionary, very much. Health, yes. That was easy enough to understand. Stats, movement 3, experience, skills, defense, expert, shield mastery, upkeep. Are they identical? Yes, good. Should be. Let's see, lots. More slots by technology. Yes, that was in Dungeons Legend 1 as well. Power estimation. Strength of this army or unit. Okay. Guard. Recuperate. Auto-explore. Nice. Found your capital in this terrain. Only permitted in neutral territory. Consumes all movement. Urban Forest. interesting that I can do that before I have a city. That's... Huh. Skip. Reforest plant trees. It actually is locked by this condition. That's interesting. I like that. Clear a ridge. Move a ridge, creating a passage and tile that yields science. Interesting. Large-scale demolition. So this game is going to straight up have terraforming. You will actually get some degree of control over the terrain. That is definitely an interesting change. I'm barely doing anything yet, but this is very interesting. Okay. Upkeep. Wait a minute. Scaling bonus. Oh! Huh. Okay, so... Well, minus 12 is my upkeep. But I'm getting some kind of bonus that's negating the upkeep. Scouting bonus. Army upkeep for operating costs of this army. Calculate from the number of units in the army and will cost your empire dust every turn. No, but it doesn't give me an explanation on what the scouting bonus is. Points, yes. Okay. Previous army. Nothing's coming up when I'm humming over this. I don't know what that means. Okay, let's see. Next army. Locate army. Okay, that's useful. Transfer something to one of yours. Yep, okay. Expand units. Dismissed. Copy done armies outside Empire territory. Yes, that's to close it out. Interesting, though. Can I? No. I am locked into this, yet somehow I'm able to, by making the mouse go off the screen, it is moving it slightly in the direction, even though I don't have active control over movement in this. Weird. Okay. Yes. A few stitches and movement points return to people crossing terrains. Must always overturn a unit with the lowest value in the army. Yep, that's the same as in the Legend 1. Moving armies. Hold right-click pressed while hovering over tile to see how far your army can move in that turn. Right-click on a tile to explore as much as you can. Then click on End Turn and finish your turn. Let's see. Right-click on a tile. You can hold right-click pressed while hovering over tiles. See how far your army can move. Yes, that is like in the Legend 1. The 1 there indicates the 1 turn. That's the limit of what I can manage. So let's try here. Forest. Also forest. It's near water. Move further inland. Minor faction discovered. And I can now control this. I can zoom out. Good. I need to zoom out. So this is a border. Moving armies. I just did that. Let's see here. If I click on this, will it let me do anything? It will. Third one. You have the Solus for the first county. But I can't see the whole thing because this is here. Oh. About to lose power. Okay. Disadvantage of, let me see here. Yes. Okay. Hostile. They will attack you on sight. Okay. Simulating effects. +1 intuition. Don't know what intuition is. That's interesting. Per pacified village under protectorate on heroes. +1 might. Per pacified village under protectorate on heroes. Unlock notable star ores? Is that an umlaut? Unlock notable. Interesting. Hostile. Wary village. This village is wary. Will spawn armies until it is either sacked or pacified. It's won either by attacking the village or bribing its elder with dust, or with a parley that triggers quest to be completed, which is the same as it was in Endless Legend 1. But we're getting tooltips telling that, yes, that is how they were working. Alright, so I now have to click and turn, presumably. Locked at this stage of the tutorial. Okay. Camera controls, yep. Can use the mouse wheel to zoom in and out. Yep. Oh, that's interesting. It's zooming in and out based on where my cursor is. So it's actually moving the map based on how I'm zooming in and out. Is that intentional? Is that supposed to be how it works? I would assume that's how it's meant to work. Oh, hold on. Oh dear. I no longer can fit on my own. That might not be how it's supposed to work. Well, of course, that could just be a problem with the tutorial, because I'm locked out of doing certain actions. Let's see. Vision of Fog of War. Tells your current vision over a terrain, where you're able to see your summary. Yep. Shade tiles. Fog of War indicate where you would no longer have direct sight. Yep. Territory of fixed frontier surrounded by a line of dashes. Yep. Okay, I can see some of that. Can always contain only one single city or camp. Okay, here we go. City. Yep, frontiers of growth. Most of those cities are responsible for generating resources, build structures, raise armies. Yes, it's going to attach camps and adjacent territories to expand. Are vulnerable to capture via siege or subjugation. Interesting. Aid their protection. Some player loses all the cities. They probably will lose the game after a fixed number of turns. Camp. Camp is a new thing for this. Camp is used to claim a neutral territory. Interesting. So in Endless Legend 1, claiming neutral territory was done by building another city in it. So that begs the question of how is multiple cities going to be working if you're using these camps? Building of mines and quarries on strategic and luxury resource deposits of the territory by spending dust. That noticeably was not in the tooltip for city. Building structures recently. So does that mean that if you have a territory with a city, you can't collect luxury and strategic resources from that territory? That's... I suppose I'll find out, but that's a strange change. Camps a precursor to a city or to territory attachment. That's also different. Oh, cool. It will show me multiple tooltips. That's useful. Attachment is an action that can be performed on a camp to irreversibly kill it with a city in an adjacent territory. So you could have a camp that isn't attached? Attachments cost influence. And there is a cap on the number of territories to which any given city can be attached. Okay. It matches the level of the city's hall. Interesting. Attached camps are transformed into ministries. Can I get a third tooltip? I can. Ministry is an empire outpost in a territory attached to a city. When a city attaches a camp in an adjacent territory, the camp becomes a ministry. Okay. It's a smaller version of a city hall, permitting construction of foundations and districts to supplement yield of the governing city. Interesting. How about a fourth? Yes, it will. And the original one is faded out. That's also interesting. I can move this away. City Hall is the founding central district of a city. Okay. Remember, city is always the first to create a district, with other districts coalescing around City Hall as the city grows. Aside from the first city, the capital, city halls are created by upgrading camps into cities. Which is different from the ministries? City halls can be raised up to great halls, or even monumental halls, augmenting yields and crucial, allowing more territories to attach to the city. Huh. Well, let's click on it. Let's just see if it'll open a fifth. And what happens? Oh, first one disappears. That's interesting. And useful. District is structure, city occupying tile and built on foundation. Foundation? Okay, another thing is. District's economic heart of the city, during resources providing other defense. District retains all yields from its underlying foundation. Okay. Level up and thus increase their yields when they are surrounded by at least 4 other districts. Yes, that's the same as how it was in this legend. But what is foundation? That's a different term. Is the groundwork needed before building a district? Interesting. So in Endless Legend, building a district was dependent on the population of a city. I think it was you had to have 2 population in the city for every district, for most of the factions, I think. Constructed directly on land tiles. Foundations need to be built adjacent to the heart of the settlement, city hall, or ministry, or need an existing district. Foundation cost influence but are created immediately. They retain the yields of underlying land. Oh, that was neat. They all just sort of disappeared in the order that they appeared, including the camp one, which had already disappeared. Let's see now. Territories. You may have noticed each other. Already read this. Okay, now I can see this. Capital of the Souls for the first time. This manufacturer is hostile. Close this. It won't let me close it. Once again, presumably because of the tutorial stuff. Terrain resources. You can click. You can click on this button to toggle on off the display of the main terrain resources. Food, industry, science, and dust are naturally provided by terrain tiles. Yes. So, now it works. What about this one? Not yet. Okay. Founding your capital city. Ideally, your capital should be founded in the middle of tiles providing multiple resources. To move your capital within the limit of movement points your army has for this turn. So yes, I am on turn 2. I have control of this again. That still doesn't work. Click on the Found Capital button, then click on Terrain tile to found your capital city. Okay, so click on Found Capital button, then click on Terrain tile. Okay. So interesting. So it looks like it's highlighting that area specifically because that's where the tutorial wants me to do it. Can I do it somewhere else? I can, okay. Interesting. It didn't force me to go to the tile it highlighted. Of course, if I hadn't gone in this direction and instead gone in this direction, would it have highlighted somewhere else? It probably would have. Let's see here. New home. A few buildings, I'll say it's hardly an empire, but it's a partner store. It's time for Shaparenko. It can only be a point of cynical, but try to rebuild. Awards earned. Let's see here. Okay. A little more story thing. Oof. A little something on her from Rach. Starfall. Okay, let's see here. Ornery, will go up. He's too ornery to die. Objective and reward. Build 1 district of any type in your capital city, Garen's Rest. Okay. So, pending instruction? City? What? There is an instruction regarding your city awaiting. If needed, you can right-click. Just right-click to leave a screen and go back to the map. Right-click on one of the city tiles or on the city pin to continue the tutorial. Now, what does that mean? Pending instructions. Right-click on city tile on the city to continue the tutorial. Okay. Okay. Let's see here. Interest 500. 1 4. Let's see here. Fortification. Yes. Self-sustained sieges. Population 1. Okay. More food districts. What's this? Militia. Number of militia guarding the city. Okay, that is basically the same as, alright. Click on one of the city tiles or on the city pin to continue the tutorial. Okay. City hall. Top game, your water, fortification, movement cost 1, yes. Okay, let me see here. I don't know how long this is all going to take. I think I've been doing this for like half an hour because I've just sort of been talking about the, I don't know. Let's see here. Click on the city tiles or on the city pin. Continue the tutorial, which I just did, and nothing has changed. You can use the right click to leave the screen and go back to the map. Well, presumably, let's see here. I'm out of movement. Interest. Okay, let's see here. Content, that was called happiness in the previous game. Let's see, city level 1. Food stock. Ooh, the city has stored. Okay, that's interesting. Overpopulation, usual cause starvation, events. Stock you draw from villages. Classified villages are the number of minor factions on the city's territories. We can see one of them. That tells me that there is a second that I have not yet seen. Let's see, territories. Number of territories. Let's see. Approval. Approval returns. Approval is high. Penalties when it is low. Population or expansion. Decrease your approval. Increase by moving population around in population vocations or building districts. Let's see. Click out your tent. These will remain as long as you see approval. Breakdown. Base city approval. Capital. Artisans -3. So 13 can produce per turn. Let's see. +6. Food consumption is -4. District prepared settlement. I'm not sure what prepared settlement is. Let's see. Influence. Population. Manage the population of cities and camps. 1 of 6. Ken of Sheridan. Food and industry. Artists. Population. Citizens. Food and while generating dust taxes. Artisans. Okay. So this was the stuff in Endless Legend 1. They've just given it new names, which is useful, I suppose. Looks like it still has. Oh, that's interesting though. It's not quite correct. Same. Science and influence were separate in Endless Legend 1. Now they've combined them. That's interesting. Destitute. Populations are placed on the destitute category when there is no more room in the other population vocations. Okay, that's definitely different. In the Legend 1, you could have essentially unlimited in every category from the very beginning. But obviously, you were limited by the number of population. Okay, they start building shanties to have a place to live, and their population bonus does not apply when they are destitute. Unlock more rewards for regular population vocations, and the destitute population will be automatically placed there. Any shanties they might have built will be removed. Okay, that's very different. Shanty. A district used to house a destitute population. Spontaneously created after a few turns when a city contains destitute. Shanties overlimited can damage city's approval. Automatically removed when enough slots are created in the citizens' reserves. Interesting. Okay. Pending constructions. Convert production. Let's see. Clicking this does nothing. Let's see. Up. So I do need to wait for that to the lock there to appear before I can click on other tooltips. Yep. Alright, so let me see. This has changed. I didn't even notice it. Exploited city tiles. Congratulations, you now rule an entire territory. This is your city view. Every turn, your city hall and all foundation tiles around will exploit their terrain. Yep. City district bonuses. Resource point exploit terrain. What's its on? Over your city hall tile to see the effects and details. Yep. Production, yes. Production banner, details on city resources. Also get meals for more details. Already did that. Industry cannot be stored in your city. It should always be used to construct, otherwise it is lost when ending your turn. Is that how it worked in Endless Legend 1? I'm not sure. Let's see now. District construction. Let's extend your city by starting the construction of a new district. Most districts are required to be built on foundation tiles. Right-click on one of the foundation tiles next to the city hall to see the list of buildable districts. Foundation? Foundation? So, foundations are just what they call the tiles adjacent to the city tiles, where you're getting yields from. Like, I don't actually get yield from here to the city, but I get these yields to the city from here. Formation. Clicking something here would give me nothing. This would give me 2, 3, 1 and 1, 1 and 1. Well, let's see what doing it here is. Okay. Select the district to build on top of the selected foundation. District construction. Several types of district are available for construction in the menu. You can mouse over each district type for more details. The Works district, for instance, is a good start to reinforce your industry production. Okay, so let's see here. Locked. Communal habitations. Let's see. Levels up between the 4 districts. Yep, plus 1 population slot on population vocations. Okay. So that will turn all of these from 2 to 3. Farm. Technology is locked. Works. Man, my throat is so hoarse. I'm not good at talking. That's also locked. Laboratory. Forum. And just a fortification. Interesting. Well, it obviously wants me to do this, and it's not a bad idea, because I don't know anything else. Once again, this is something that is different from Endless Legend 1. Every district was just a district. Special districts existed as specialty buildings, but those were, like, special stuff that you just unlocked automatically as you progress the game. So let's see here. Construction queue. Each turn industry production will be used to build the district on the left of your construction queue. As you can see here, so turns for days. Yep, okay. Under construction. Yep. Constructions. Convert production. Okay. Alright, science. Do research. Science production for Caesar. Getting parallel. Yep. Alright, here we go. Science cannot be stored either and should always be invested each turn, otherwise it is lost. Research button, access new screen. Alrighty. So that's not too different. Similar, but different. It's alright. Let's see. Empire Progression 7, turns to research toggle. Doesn't do anything yet. During your great adventure, spending your research vitality of different ways of solving problems. Yep. Eras. Okay, that continues. First technological era. Always defined 4 domains. Defense, society, economy, and discovery. Discovery is an interesting way to phrase that. And it is slightly different from Legend 1. It was basically military, science, production. No. I don't remember. I mean, again, it's basics. It's the same basic concept. Let's see. Technology unlocked for science coast. Bonuses. Provide powers or bonuses. Okay. New structures build new cities. Mouse over technologies or the icons below each to access and unlock details. Technology unlocks. To make your first choice, the highlighted technology focused on science gating is generally a safe choice for the Kinshare and their direction. You have 2 technologies already researched to start with. Okay. How do I tell which ones? Presumably that is this, how these are just normal circles. These are, how would you describe that, I wonder? Stonework. Okay. That gives me access to the keep. Okay. That gives you access to the works. What does this one do? Districts of the Forum. All right. That gives you the district laboratory. What's this one do? Defense on units, industry on military districts, scavenging, battle spoils, and civil order. Improvement, traveler shrine. Huh. Let's see. Fencing, access to the farm. Oh, that's interesting too. +1 citizen slot and +1 artisan slot. That will give me more access to that as well. Keystones. District Bridge. Lock section build dam. Interesting. Economy. Okay. What was this one? Currency. Merchant house. Okay. Uh. What's the difference here? Uh. Oh, it's specifically highlighting what it does. So what does this do? Spirit. Oh. Oh. Okay. So the technology, researching the technologies do 2 things. They give you access to what you are researching. So like this, unlocking this will give me access to the farm, but it also gives me a general thing, uh, citizen slot and artisan slot, and they all do this. Okay, that's interesting. That is different from Endless Legend 1. Okay, research queue. It can even be queued in order to go plan further ahead. And on the very left, we'll use science fraction of your empire each turn until it's fully researched. Yep. Costs. Several turns are necessary to fully research this technology, considering its cost in science. Furthermore, note that science costs increase after each research. That's it for this turn. Still can't do that. Uh-huh. Here's a survival. Night wash. Huh. Hmm. Interesting. Now, presumably, this is showing me... But what's different here? It's showing this 3 different times. Why is it? Unlocks militia, as opposed to unlock unit. So this is specifically what's in my city as militias. As... Deep pockets, dust, trials. Unless action buyout. Which it isn't giving me anything for. Interesting, okay. Years of toil. Ah, right. And this technology to unlock Era 2. Okay. So that's basically the same. I think it was also 8 technologies in such one. Sure. Anyway. Okay. So I am on turn 3. Okay, so I think I get why I'm slightly confusing myself with this. When I've been ending the turn, I've been slightly confusing myself because I'm expecting something else to happen when I press enter. And that was in Endless Legend 1, would show what the other empires, it was sort of a loading section. And that's not happening, presumably because this is a tutorial. But again, I'm not entirely certain. Okay, let's see here. Yes? Let's see. Okay, yes, that is visible. Okay, so, if you've watched this far, just a heads up, this is probably going to be a long video. I'm pretty sure I'm already at like 50 minutes of recording or something close to that, with very little editing to this, because, as they described in the, sort of introduction video to the demo, this is all sort of, give feedback about the game. I don't have social media. YouTube is the closest thing to a social media platform that I have. So, yeah, this is my feedback, basically. Yeah, go if you aren't already watching this at more than normal speed, go ahead and turn up normal speed. It's probably going to take a while again. So let's see. Click on one of your tiles. Continue tutorial. Okay. No, that didn't do anything. Okay. Let me see here. Food immediately used. Yep. Food production. Food all not consumed. Population of cities. City's population growth. Yep. Population growth. 6 turns to the next. Okay. The population growth gauge, you still require more turns to grow from 1 population to 2. Population panel. Managing your population is, above all, a quick way to modulate your city's economy. Population tab to learn. Okay. Okay, so let's hover over this. Yup. -3 happiness. Each production type brings its own bonuses to the city. Yeah. These vocations. More citizens are ascribed. The vocation in which population can be assigned grants a different bonus. Yep. By changing the vocation, you can easily reorient your city production. Drag and drop your single population to one of the 2 other vocations to test economic impacts. Drag and drop. Alrighty. And that sort of changed it. Kinda. Notice that some population vocations have negative impact your city's approval, but other selection additional approvals will also have an impact on your city approval. Yep. Content has no impact on your city. High level increased food industry. That's the same as Endless Legend 1. Decrease until rebel armies emerging. You know, I don't know if that was in Endless Legend 1. I wasn't that bad at the game. I never had, lower levels than content, I don't think. Okay. Rebel armies consuming population in order to be created. Interesting. Okay. Strength of city, especially districts and populations. Interesting. Drawn from the factions roster. Okay. End turn reminder. Before moving ahead next turn, always give your armies orders. Queue up a structure unit to see. Use industry. Let me see. I should close this. This closes out of that. Army. Okay, so let's see here. Actions. Army? What happens if I do this? Hmm. Okay, so let's just have them explore a little bit. I'm presuming I don't actually have the ability to interact with them yet, because that's going to be part of the tutorial. Q structure unit to use industry. Actually, hold on. That's an interesting point. Can I... Does... Foundation districts, improvements, units. Lock the stage of tutorial, landscaping. Landscaping? That's interesting. Altered terrain. Okay, that's cool. So that is the thing I noticed. Okay, can close that out. No other pending construction. No, I do not want to cancel it. Buyout. Lock the stage of tutorial. Okay, that's... Presumably it is going to be because of it's a tutorial thing, but I cannot open a construction queue. And let me see here. Can I add something to this? No, these are recommended by your advisor. Okay. What is this one? What is this one? Sort of defense, yes, that is useful. I'm really tempted to get this just because, like, what the heck? What is that gonna be? District Ridge. Improvement travelers. Right. Can. Okay, good. I don't care that it's the one that it wants. Let's see. Turn. Let's see. Pending instruction in cities, which, again... Let's see here. Now, why is it going to the effort of doing it each turn? This could all be explained in a single turn. But I guess it's so you're not overwhelmed by what you can do each turn, I guess? I did a tutorial. Let's see. Construction buyout, which I apparently don't really have of. Make sure you will server and you right-click on buyout to instantly build your district under construction, which is presumably what it wants me to do. Let's see here. I have 250, so that is... Okay. Go and turn their thoughts from mere survival to trade and work. Here's must now decide the next steps. Yep. Specify. Okay, so yes, that was part of the tutorial. I could not do it yet, and now I can. Assimilate the minor factions living near Caesarea. Ah, hero units. Interesting. Okay. So, once again, unit recruitment. Here we go. Better explore the map, better defending. So you need to recruit more units. Unit recruitment. Like districts, units are acquired by using the construction queue. Several unit types are currently available, but more will unlock through eras. You can mouse over each type for details. So I do have this accessed as a unit type rather than just the militia? Huh. How is that gonna work? Can I open this real quick? I can't. Although, hey, I didn't even notice that before. It was doing that before, though, wasn't it? Okay. 8 turns to build. 18 turns to build. Wow. Okay, Sentinel is a cavalry unit. Presumably much weaker than the legionary. Which is interesting. I expect cavalry to be kind of strong, but whatever. Let's see. Skills patroller. No, go back to this. Lock it. Huh. Weird. So unlike when the other things would lock, I can't get over this up. I have to go over to it really fast. Weird. Okay, patroller. When outside of battle, has one movement point to all units of the army. Cool. Let's see here. I still don't have an explanation for what the scouting bonus was. Yep, okay. So what production I have. Mouse over each type for details. Click on unit types 2 times, select 2 units. Okay. Unit recruitment. Recruiting units, which is building them. Yada yada. If you automatically spawn on the map, on your city. Yes, just like you can drag and drop the elements in the queue to change their position. Okay. Army upkeep. Now, be aware that more units recruited will also mean more upkeep to pay. Yep. Click on your army that already exists to know about the upkeep. Alright, so maybe this is going to get explained. Because it was showing scouting bonus, which I don't have anymore? Didn't give me an explanation for what that was. Let's see. Maybe it'll be here. Would you stop doing that? I need to read. Armies cross some dust. Yep. Depending on their unit composition. So use your time and actions wisely while keeping an eye on dust. Yep. Now time for you to make contact with the native minor faction living in a village within the same territories. Yep. Soon, you can create roaming armies that may attack you at some point. To limit this risk, also for economic benefit, you should think about pacifying them. Yes, village. One village should not be too far away from your city, exploring over a few turns until you've tried it. Good luck in your expedition. Right-click on the interior of the village to interact once your army stands next to it. Okay, right-click. Edo can give you a quest that, once completed, will pacify the territory villages of that faction at once. Other actions, click on the parley. This is very noticeably covering up anything else that I can see. Now, obviously, we're going to be able to see it later. Let's see here. That disappeared really fast. I didn't get the chance to read it, tutorial. You have accepted a pacification quest, which I don't know anything about. All the quests logged so far. How do I see this first? Faction quest, pacification quest. Let's see, so... Orders low, objective reward. Travelers will get crossing through Imperial lands. Destroy trespassers. Pacify all of them in the territory. Is that the reward? Let's see. Locate objective. Focus camera on quest objective. Okay. Now, back to this, because there's a tutorial here. Question where you can review all your current quest objectives, replay the dialogues, and show the related questions. Finally, you can also pin the quest you want to follow closely. Actually, here you can review the deeds for which you complete with other empires for very valuable rewards, which is something that was in Endless Legend, but that was a part of the science screen. Let's see here. Deeds. Each tidefall, as soon as seas fall, be the first to achieve deeds and receive powerful rewards. Okay, so does that mean... Huh. Tidefall number 1, 0 of 4. Tidefall number 2. So does that mean there will only be 3 tidefalls? And what triggers them? Is that a turn point? Is it going to be an era change? Okay, let's see here. Bringer of Death. First eliminate at least 30 units. Be the first to have a city with 20 foundations. Be the first to have 30 of one strategic resource. Here's a city with 20 population. Got the hiccups, so that it isn't close. Alright, engaging battle. before your passageway, and keep exploring over your next few turns in order to locate the nearby bandit army, indicated by the quest marker. Until units they are within striking distance. Okay, back to you. Move over here. Once close enough, right-click on the bandit army to engage in battle. Okay. So, let's see now. Genuine. Waiting for confirmation. Bandits. They have 2 range units. I have 2. Let's see here. So let's see. Manual. Overgrown. Several movement going to traverse. Interesting. Okay. Instant resolution. Lock this stage of the tutorial. I use this a lot in the Legend 1 because I have a time saver. The individual battles can be pretty interesting, so let's see. Battlefield is determined by white border. You spread out across tiles shaded with your Empire color. The opponent does the same thing on its tiles. Okay. Deployment phase. Can I move this? Where is the enemy at the moment? I'm here. I can't see the enemy. Interesting. Even though they were right there. During deployment phase, your army units are listed to the left-hand side. Select your units and tweak their positions at will. Once leading your deployment, click on manual battle button once you are ready to fight. Can't tell where the enemy is. So let's see here. Target is not in your deployment zone. Okay. So let's just go to manual battle. Round 1, my turn. First power. Each round you give orders to each unit before the enemy does likewise. Left click on one of your units to take control of it. Okay, so they're all the way up there. Okay. Left click. This one. Unit panel statistics. Their battle statistics. Health, movement, damage, defense, critical. Also statistics for more details. That's critical. Infantry does more damage to range. Defense. When defending. When keeping shield. Okay. Previous one unit. Defend. Okay, let me see. Passive skills. Units of passive skills easily apply their effects when the conditions are fulfilled. Okay. Rounds and unit orders. Each round select each unit to give them orders. To move or attack, right-click on a tile or an enemy within movement point range. If you cannot attack after moving, click on defend. Alright, so moving you forward. Cannot be done. Okay, so now I click defend. Alright. That's the end of your movement, which is displayed. No. I can move forward. Defend. Okay, round. I didn't get to read that. Seek enemies. Keep giving orders to enemies each round. Hunt your enemies. Clicking on end round button early applies defensive stance to all units which have not attacked. Okay, that's interesting. Forced cutter. Yes, good. Alright, so now. Good. So, let's see here. It's disappearing so fast I can't read it. I can't tell what that says. Which is an issue. Zone of control. Let's see here. Well done. When standing next to your enemies, your units exert a zone of control on adjacent tile with the same elevation. So the enemy cannot leave the zone without suffering an attack of opportunity. Again, whatever that is, it's disappearing so fast I can't read it. Let's see here. Movement cost. Alright, let's see here. Note that all units except rain unit shares ability users control. Okay, from this building owner is ow. Okay. Finally, that's out of the way. It's still disappearing. There's negative status active. Okay. As a current battle phase, skipping units remaining without orders. These units enter in a defensive stance, which manages some defense until the beginning of the next turn. Okay, now I can click on this one again. No. Can't be done. So just put you in defend, which ends the turn because all of my units have taken actions. Presumably. Okay, so you first. Go ahead and get rid of them. Now, you guys, over here. Attack. So I didn't even notice. Did these guys lose all of their movement? Let me see here. Can I get to here? Now. Okay. Okay. +2. Pass files. Okay, conclude quest. Minor faction assimilation. Alrighty. And of course my units are still here. I have managed to fast at least one village manufacturing. You can assimilate them. That's from you. Let's see. Is this going to work the same way? Hectorates is what they're being called in this version. I have 1 of 4 available. Interesting, you only had 3 available and I just selected 1. Manufacturing grants various advantages from the manufacturing. To display, click on it. Unavailable. Okay, there it is. Let's see, assimilation effects. Intuition. Might. You gain access to their unit type to recruit and use as your own, same as Endless Legend 1. 1 of their population per pacified village within the same territories. Empire gets a unique effect scaling with the number of villages pacified. Assimilate. Assimilation effects. Presumably that is the unique effect. Sacked villages. That's the villages that have been functionally destroyed but can be repaired. Okay. Interesting. So it's available. Let's see here. What does this do? Imperial Pike Juggernaut unit. Capacitating Strike. What is this? Counselor trait? Counselor trait. Gains battles. What is that? Solusk. Effects +2 industry on at war. Huh. Additional slots to be unlocked through technologies. Okay. Next page? Previous page. Okay. Crash Bakin. Conclude. For duty. Okay, so now they're going to explain heroes. hero arrives. You've recruited a hero unit as a quest reward. It has spawned in your capital city. Okay. Community experiences ending here for free roam. Additional mechanics will still be introduced later as the situation dictates. Okay, that's... They're not going to explain heroes. Huh. Let's see here. Keep in mind that you can mouse over many interface elements to display tooltips for details, and hold the shift key and mouse over underlined words inside distant tooltips. Enter and continue playing your game normally. Good luck. Population available. Let's see here. 111. Okay. 2 villages. Close this. Ah, the village is over there. Simulation effects. Victory. Interesting. This is just the beginning. Okay. So, that was the end of the tutorial, I guess. There's quite a few things I was sort of expecting to see in this. I mean, I've been recording for like an hour at least. Auto explore. You still have movement. Move here. That is land. You still have one point of movement. That's water. Okay. So something I was kind of wondering if I would see would be if the game still has the unit improvements. Stuff the units used to recruit. Well, I'm not sure. Landscaping. Place on the map to alter its terrain. Transform given tiles in the active terrain to a new tile type. Restore. Ritual dust on the land plus revitalize barren tiles in the territory. This is a barren tile, I'm pretty sure. It has no yields. Let's see what happens. Given tiles in active area to a new tile type. Is that being done automatically? Okay. So improvements you can build in your city. Sanctity of nature improvement. Respect and understand of the natural enables it to give more to the community. Uniqueness prerequisites can be built once per empire. So that's just a general good thing, sort of? Okay. Foundation highlights all terrains you can build a foundation on. Yes, improvements districts. Population. Okay, that looks similar to what was in Endless Legend 1. Quest journal. Victory. Victory screen. Okay. Conquest score. Remaining turns 88. Okay. I'm at turn 4. You start with 92 turns? That's an interesting number. Huh. Victory. Can't unlocks after meeting a key character. Wait for the Seattle Awakening Pass to victory to unlock. Alright. I will go ahead and go to this real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and click on this. Oh, wait a minute. I can. Okay. So let me see here. Here's a toil. Bowstring. Huh. Draws a hero from a draft of 4. So available for each army. Okay, that's interesting. So that is another change from Endless Legend 1. In Endless Legend 1, you got when you would gain access to new units for each era, for not each era, but beginning eras, you have to unlock them. In this, rather than a technology you need to unlock to get the new units, you just get them automatically. And you also just get a hero for free. That's... Oh, and it's listing the total numbers of technologies you need to unlock to get to here. Cool. Engine. Era 4. Era 5. Era 6. Huh. Interesting. Okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and click enter and see what happens. Up. Cutscene. Interesting.
We came from the stars, the Sheridan.
Okay, so presumably this is
the
a
right hand of Empress
sort of a faction introduction.
Garen led the tattered remnants of our fleet here, ordered to find a new home. Yet this world has not been welcoming.
Okay, so they just let out know that they're aliens.
Oceans, scuttling horrors on the Isles. We were tested, but never swayed from our task, even when we lost Garen herself.
Okay.
With Garen's courage and Garen's steel, I will rebuild the kin anew. With the wisdom of the stars and the strength of the chosen, we will fight to ensure that Sayada is not a staging post, but our true home.
So these are the humans in this game. The human faction in the Endless Legend 1 also had access to units that were basically robots. Big robots. Interesting. Let's see here. Chapter 1. Still recouping after Soren. Play dialogue. Okay. Let's see here. Plot. Okay. Search Mosaic Halls. Quest. Okay, interesting. Empire Summary. Which is something that wasn't in the tutorial. Access and review what defines the uniqueness of the kin and Sheridan faction, as well as all important Empire parameters. Kin of Sheridan. Starfleet song. Unique Empire powers can be unlocked through the strength of our zeal gauge by reaching a new fortification threshold within your empire. Okay. City cap, 1 of 3. Interesting. Why does this look cut off? Like, what is that? Why? Why does it look cut off? What is this? Hmm. Faction affinity? Devote force. Okay. Thor zeal. I'm at 500 of 600 needed to get this. Which... Looks Empire Action Divine Service. Okay. Empire traits. Seeks approval on military districts. Okay. As was ordained. Attachable territory bonus, while the cost to build new cities are higher. Interesting. One attachable territories on capital. Evolve camp into city action. So it costs double to get more cities. Grace. Haven? What the hell is a haven? Empire approval on haven. A ministry. Okay. Workshop, which you get free. Okay, so that's that. Unit factions and districts. Proceed to Era 0 to unlock Era bonus. What? Era 0? Am I not in Era 0? Legionnaires Workshop. Gaze, Karen. False. Juggernaut. Okay. Empire bonuses? Let's see here. All bonuses applying to your empire. Bad neighbors. Well, what is that about? In fact, where is that? Empire notables? Notables available to your empire? All notables you have found? Companion? Not seated at the council? Well, there's something I could definitely use an explanation for. Not seated. It's not currently seated at the council. Can be appointed to a council seat when a reassignment is in progress. Governing body made up of one or more councillors who influence empire affairs. Forms at the beginning of the first monsoon, when councillors must be placed at all available seats. Intense rainfall. The rules are thrown into chaos. Impeding movement. Interesting. Okay, so I'm going to be completely honest here. This tutorial seems really short. Yes, I have been recording for over an hour. I've got a lot of questions. Now, presumably, the game's tooltip feature, and it's going to continue giving me, like, little sort of mini tutorials as new things pop up, as notifications, because I do keep that setting on. I'm hoping the tutorial in the full game is going to be a little bit more comprehensive. I mean, obviously not completely, because what I'm getting from this is that as the game progresses, new game mechanics are going to be added, and you can't have that in a tutorial, because that would just be a full game, basically. But it didn't even give me an explanation of heroes. Like, that... Heroes were a big thing in Legend 1. I have no idea if they're even important in this game. I have no idea what their significance is. So let me see here. Game menu. Let's see. What happens if I save? What does it actually tell me? Save. Autosave. Keanu Sheridan, turn 5. Okay, yes, save. I've got autosaves. Game options, resign, exit to main menu. Quit to main menu. It was exit to desktop. So before I stop this recording, to quit the current game, return to main menu. Okay. Okay. So I obviously didn't press on the regular game thing. 2 playable factions out of the 5 planned for early access. Up until approximately turn 90. Okay. It showed me turn 92, which is interesting. They say approximately turn 90, but it clearly said I had 88 turns remaining on turn 4. That's odd. Okay, if you enjoy your time with demo, yep, I already have it wishlisted. And there are still polishing certain final aspects of the game. Yep. Read more? Nope. That opened my browser. So let's see here. So completing the tutorial basically sends you straight into a game. Let's see here. Share feedback. Okay. So, I suppose that's gonna be it for this recording. I don't know if I'm going to do a recording for a game. Maybe I'll record little bits of it and post that for maybe like half an hour or something, like when something interesting starts happening. Because, like, my throat is killing me. And obviously watching the tutorial isn't super interesting if you're not into the game. I don't know. Like, I didn't record myself saying Endless Legend for the first time because I kind of knew my very small audience wouldn't really care. But yeah, I like it quite a bit. I'm very excited to play this, no matter what my voice may say. So yeah, I will go ahead and end this recording. I am Shepherd Chong, and I am very excited for Endless Legend 2. Goodbye.